Evolution Dino Dudes, aka Da Humans, is a proud forte into the genre of caveman games. You know, one of the classic retro genres: shmups, platformers, beat-em-ups, caveman. Think Bonk's Adventures, Joe and Max, caveman genre. However, unlike most caveman games, Revolution Final Man is not a side-scroller but a front-scrolling puzzle platformer. Now, I'm not someone who really likes puzzle platformers on console. It's something I way prefer to play on a handheld, as it's just not really the kind of game I want to sit down and put all my focus on, but even still, I can tell you that Evolution is a very nice little game. Like its pictograph title screen. Sorry, I must be getting this game's name wrong. I think it's E-Tree Egg Stegosaurus Egg Batman Wheel Tree Ladder Tree. And check out this beach screen with our Dino Dudes just kind of standing there and fucking around, or whatever it is they're doing down there. It's such a fucking good drawing too, but the monkey men down below just make this awesome sunset image look fucking hysterical. This game's art is really kind of funky, as the characters don't fit the compressed real-life photos in the background, but this is hardly a complaint. It's very charming in its scruffiness, and a primitive look fits this primitive world. And I like the main menu guy we move around to select stuff. You gotta love a menu that doesn't feel like a menu, right? I like the stone-carved Jag controller, and the way the ground looks like just a stretched rock JPEG, and the snowy gorgeous mountains, and the obviously drawn-in trees. It's all roughly contrasting, and the look gives off an amateuric charm of something like an old Flash game. But this was an old PC port, I suppose, so it would have that quality. All the characters and enemies are just really scrunkly looking little goofballs too. It's very nice on the eyes. So you gotta get your caveman to the end goal, or sometimes kill the dinosaurs, or just rescue one specific cave bro. Dino bro? Dine bro? Dino homie? Dinomies? So rescue the dino bro means there's no one solution either, so sometimes just trying out things can lead to unsuspected success. On levels where there's a minimum amount of dudes to get out, all the extra dudes you collect will still be very helpful in bulking up your forces next level. You can't go under the necessary amount either, so don't worry about clearing a level without enough, as the more dudes you recruit just makes life easier, as you can stack your human ladders higher. You'll be stacking these homies so damn much, and you can find shortcuts from just using sheer numbers. At most you'll have 9 cavemen per stage, and the number pad switches between them. Yes, some decent number pad usage, because regular buttons are for fuckmuffins. Each cave dude can do the same basic stuff, except for the shaman wizard dude, whose thing is to turn your cavemen into items, which is fucking brutal. But using items is the only thing the cavemen themselves can do. Basically, you move cave bros around, and every other action is done via an item. You'll pick up an item, use them, and then also have to think about who'll need that item next and throwing it over to them, or leaving it somewhere in reach. The spear's your main one, used kinda like pole vaults for jumping. So for example, you open the menu and select an item, which starts up a little power bar, which you've got to release, and the power bar determines how far you'll jump or throw the item, depending on the action. It might sound a little convoluted, but soon you'll have the button inputs down, and opening the menu and using items becomes a simple 2 or 3 buttons away. But items have multiple uses. Throwing the spear can both pass it and kill the dinosaurs, but it'll also kill the cavemen, so be careful. Every little bit of positioning is very important in this game. It's definitely one of these games that's quite unforgiving in the sense that one small easy to miss step can ruin your entire run, even if what it's asking you to do isn't too strenuous overall. I like the power bar adding a little bit of action to the game as well, making your timing important, especially when jumping onto birds or trying to hit the dinos. So this game is largely just about traversing with use of both spear and sweaty manpower. It is simple, and it's no doubt slow. I wish the Dino Dudes walked a little faster, like the guy on the menu. Hitting the dinosaurs feels a little hard to pull off consistently as well. You're meant to hit them in the head, but not the face, as they'll just frickin' eat the spear in midair. And they'll kill your guys in one go too, and sometimes you gotta carefully pass them by, so caution is a must here. The verticality of the stages is a big part of their design too, as you'll need to drop items down for another dude to use after sometimes. The fire torch item is only really needed to burn down little bushes, so they're basically just keys. The rope is also just like a portable ladder, but I just like how all these mechanics show the game's bros helping bros kind of thing it's got going on. It's got some very strong bro positive type shit, it's pretty great. Yeah, guys don't got much fall resistance though, so you gotta use them ladders, and some stages of switches that gotta be held down, yeah, classic wall switch type shit, but it's luckily not too often in this game. Really makes Evolution focus on its core traversal puzzles and careful tactful item use, almost like inventory puzzles. It really does give you those rewarding eureka kind of moments, and it's fun to work out your moves, but I'm just not into the speed it takes to then make those moves. There's also this stone wheel item, which just rolls down hills to jump big gaps like once or twice, and I'm sad it wasn't used more as I really like momentum-y puzzle stuff. And again, also just because the speed of the Dino Bros is really my main hold up here. The later levels really test you on using all the items in conjunction. And wait, all of a sudden, there's a woman out here? In my sweaty caveman game? Ew. I should take the time to mention this game's music as well, at last, because honestly it's all totally fire. Every track is a bop, it's very goofy and bouncy and rhythmic as hell. Tom drums lumber with thuddy big snare hits, a nice meaty sound, and the melodies have that sort of earthboundy feel to them. Soft synths and bouncy electric pianos, yet with a similar kinda weirdly sweet ambience too. Lots of arpeggios and satisfying little shifts in the rhythmic patterns. It's fun as hell, really catchy, and an overall very aggressive closed parenthesis kinda shit. So overall, Destination Anal Bros is a solid puzzle game. It's on the basic side and not something that I'd want to sit down and play all 80 levels of in a row, but it's clearly a game not meant for that. You just pop it in every once in a while when you want to stretch your brain and just hang out with it. It's relaxing. The kind of game you'll slowly chip away at for months before you just sort of finish it one day and move on. Even if it's not my thing, it's a good game to sample and a very solid puzzle platformer. It's cavemen being bros and just trying to survive, and that's pretty commendable.